Welcome guys, there are 4 submachine guns to be found in PUBG, and some of them are harder to find than others. The Vector has the lowest spawn rate of them all, but once you find it, should you take it or leave it? This guide will cover the Vector and give you all the information you need to decide if you should take it or not. In this guide I'll go over the following: the stats and recoil, the best attachments, selecting firing mode, and how to implement the Vector in your gameplay. The Vector has a hit damage of 33 on a naked target, 23 against the level 1 vest, 20 against the level 2 and 15 against the level 3. But the rate of fire is super high, as it can empty an entire 25 bullet extended magazine in just 1.4 seconds. This gives the Vector a DPS of 600, which is insane. For comparison, the UMP9 has a DPS of 380. This enables the Vector to kill a target with a level 3 vest in just 0.3 seconds, which is the same as an AKM. The bullet velocity is 300, which is actually 30 lower than the notoriously slow bullet speed of the VSS sniper. The recoil is excellent with relatively low horizontal movement, but spraying more than 10 bullets at a time will make the spray become very unpredictable and difficult to control. The best attachment for the Vector starts with the extended quick draw mag. You really need those 25 bullets, as 13 bullets in a non-extended mag simply isn't enough to make this weapon worth it. The vertical grip and the stock are the only possible attachments in these slots, and the best sight will be a red dot, as this primarily is a close quarters weapon where the bigger casing on the holographic simply would obstruct your view too much to be worth it. The muzzle attachment is the interesting part though. The choice should come down to either the suppressor or the compensator, as the flash hider is stuck in between and is an odd compromise to put on a close quarters weapon like the Vector. The suppressor does not affect recoil, but how much better is the compensator really? Let's find out in a test. First, let's test the recoil with the suppressor. And now the compensator. When we compare the two, there is no doubt that the compensator has a huge effect on recoil. However, if we're going to compare the recoil, we also need to compare the sound. The audible distance of the Vector with the compensator is about 400 meters. But when using the suppressor, you can only hear it 90 meters away, which is an extreme level of stealth. So the suppressor makes the Vector as quiet as a VSS, but the compensator makes the handling significantly better. So this choice is all down to preference and playstyle. When playing a lot of games only using the Vector, I realized that selecting the appropriate firing mode for the specific situation was super important. The full auto mode should be used in close combat only, up to 3 meters when using hipfire, and up to 25 meters when going ADS. The burst mode that fires 2 bullets at a time should be used between 25 and 100 meters. And single fire should be used from 100 meters and beyond. And remember, being in full auto is your best default setting to avoid accidentally being in burst mode when needing full auto. So how to implement the Vector in your gameplay? First of all, the Vector must be used together with a medium to long range weapon such as a semi-auto sniper or assault rifle with a 4x scope or better. Using it with a bolt action sniper rifle such as the Kar 98K will make you lag power between 100 to 200 meters. a distance that is widely dominated by 5.56 assault rifles with a 4x scope. It stands clear that the Vector is a short-range weapon. It is a great choice for storming a building and a super alternative to a shotgun. The hipfire is very strong, and I'll recommend not using targeting mode when hipfiring, as you move slower when doing it. I really feel this limits the agility of the Vector. Just spray while in normal freelook mode when within 2 to 3 meters of your enemy. If you can't go into ADS on closer ranges though, it will be a huge advantage as the spray is easy to control. Leaning will help you a lot here, and if you don't use leaning, I will strongly advise you start doing it. The Vector is a worthy weapon to use up to around 50 meters when tapping quickly using burst mode. When tapping quickly while in burst mode, the recoil feels highly manageable and you can still obtain a very high rate of fire. On longer distances though, it will be very difficult to kill your targets, as you not only have to be able to tap quickly in single fire mode, but you also have to aim very high and shoot far in front of your targets due to the very slow bullet velocity. In fact, you need to aim 3 player miles ahead of a running target to hit him at only 100 meters of distance. Which is why hitting moving targets at range with the Vector clearly isn't worth it. When summing all this information up, the purpose of the Vector is strikingly clear: destroying enemies at close quarters combat up to a maximum effective distance of 25 meters. This is what this weapon does good enough to compete with the rest of the guns in the game. You can put a 4x scope and a suppressor on the Vector and pretend it's a VSS, but the VSS will still be a better choice here due to the better scope, damage and increased bullet velocity. Now that's all I had for you guys in this video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also remember that you can financially support the channel on Patreon, something that ensures that I can keep making videos just like these. And I'll see you guys next time.